All right, let's welcome into the studio our first guest, Mr. Jim Campbell from neighborhoodcontractors.com. As I said, Jim has changed so many people's lives in bringing them off the street. He's turned his passion as an entrepreneur and used it to give a hand up, not a handout, to the homeless community. Jim, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Tommy.
No, well, Jim, I know your story. It's pretty special, and I think it's important that our viewers and listeners get to hear about it because what you're doing is pretty amazing and how you've grown your business. But first, let's talk about the past and why you've used the past to drive your business today.
Well, I'll tell you, Tommy, as a young man, my family, we were homeless for a while. And I'll always remember that. And that's been a driving force in the things that I'm doing today. And once I heard Kevin Spacey say, hey, when you take the elevator ride up, don't forget to send it down.
Yes.
That's always stuck with me.
And you've followed that because I know your career and I know what you've done. And so you started a before neighborhoodcontractors.com, you have a home services business. And let's talk about what you do in your home services business and how you give the homeless a hand up, not out.
Well, first we started out just doing window cleaning. And we became the largest residential window cleaner in the state of Texas. We serve 10,000, probably actually 35,000 customers in the DFW area where we clean their windows. And we've branched out into different services because I started getting more people coming in, more people that I wanted to give jobs to. So now we're doing junk removal. We do lawn aeration and fertilization. We do chimney sweeping. We're one of the largest suppliers of firewood in the Dallas area. And
so how did you start your home services business and why, and how did you make that decision to do that?
Well, I'm a recovered alcoholic, and it started then. I got out of rehab, and I didn't have anything to do. So I started doing some of these small services, and it just took off on me. And now we have 65, 70 contractors here in Dallas. And
wow.
I have 7 or 8 employees in my office, and then we have 20 to 25 people in our marketing department, and that's where our homeless guys come in.
Okay, so tell me about that. Let's get down into the weeds with that because what you're doing is pretty special. And the stories of some of these guys that you've helped get off the street, and I've been to your offices. I've seen them firsthand and how you've changed their lives. Tell me where do you find them, how you find them, and then what you get them to do. And
we find them from the street, and we'll pick these guys from the street, and then it's a stair-step program with us. They start off where they're delivering handbills because we put a lot of handbills out for our services, and they start that making $7 to $10 an hour, and from there they can go on and then they can come in to work into the office. And my office manager is a recovered addict, and the people that answer my phones, most of them were homeless at one time. Now, as far as going to the homes themselves, we use professional contractors to do that.
Okay, so I know and I've read so much about the homeless individuals out there, and so many of them have drug issues, but a lot of them have mental issues. How are you dealing with all these different personalities and the kind of that? It's got to be a tough deal to get your head
It's called
wrapped
patience, and you have to have a lot of patience. And a lot of work, a lot of companies, one try, one strike, you're out. Okay, well, we're 4 or 5 strikes, 6 strikes, you're out, maybe.
So you really give them a hand and a chance to change their lives.
And through time, they learn how to live.
Yeah.
And, a lot of them get off of drugs. And the ones that don't, they stay at our Tier 1 program. And
So
that's okay.
Tell me about, real quick, because I want to get right to the business and what you're doing with neighborhoodcontractors.com, because it's a very impressive story, and then how you've expanded across the country with your service business. But to give me an idea, get our listeners an idea to, like, how many homeless guys have you gone through that have actually made it? You've got they've made it. They got a leg up and have changed their lives.
Now, they've all made it to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. Now, some of them have completely flipped around. They have their own apartments and houses, and they've been that way for years.
How does that make you feel?
Well, that's where I draw a lot of my energy. And, there's been a lot of failures too, but
it's those winners that change everything.
It only takes a few of them. Mm-hmm. I was looking at one of my people now, and how far she's come is unbelievable.
That's just wonderful news. Let's really quickly talk about the home services business. How many states are you in now, or cities are you in now?
We're in Kansas, Colorado, Denver, Houston, and we're going to be opening up Austin. And it's starting to grow. And we found that we're very good at marketing for anything to do with home services, your painters, your electricians, your plumbers, what have you. We're very good at that. And we want to do that for other companies. Mm-hmm. And we've done exactly that.
And so how long have you been in business to today, before you started making the expansion across the country?
Well, I've been around since 2002.
Okay.
And only in the last 6 years have we really started to expand the business. Mm-hmm. And
do you find
it's a model that works.
Yeah, that's the key is being able to expand and make it work. And that's the big difficulty for companies today. When do you make that step? Are you scalable?
What I tell people is, when you're starting your first company, you have to have a bedrock before you go out and really raise a lot of capital and do things. I feel there has to be some strength there. If not, it's a crapshoot for your investors at that point. Mm-hmm. If you don't have some type of track record. Now, it could even be a year. Yeah. Boy, we started this thing and it's working really well. We're going to be able to raise some capital because the dollars are coming in the door, and it looks like things are going to take off for us.
Yes.
And
so real quick, because we got about 30 seconds, and I want to get to this. You had tremendous success with your home services business. Now you launched neighborhoodcontractors.com. In 20 seconds, give me the elevator.
Just starting that. It's other businesses that can get on our platform. There's different levels that they can start at, whether they just want to be on our website, whether they want us to do SEO work privately for them, whether they want us to answer their phone and do their invoicing and booking. It's like an Angie's List on steroids.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. You've been listening to Jim Campbell from neighborhoodcontractors.com. He's got a home services business. Now he's got neighborhoodcontractors.com. I think you have an app.
I do.
And handling all kinds of business. You just heard how he scaled his company from one city to 5 cities, and he's growing every day. Thank you, Jim Campbell, for being on the show.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
Appreciate it.